doing. It's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. And my job is to compete. And that's what I'm focused on doing.
Good so far. And this one is picked off and going back the other way. Andrew Makuba. A pick six the other way.
Really, really good.
Yeah, cool.
Proud of you.
Right.
Cool. Really, really nice job.
You're not fully proud, kinda.
I'm
Kinda proud.
Look, first side, was a perfect no, but she made plays.
Stefanski made the audacious decision to start Dillon Gabriel in the second preseason game, rather than Shedeur Sanders. However, it becomes evident why Shedeur Sanders is the superior option after seeing the game play out. Despite having a formidable first-team defense at his disposal, Gabriel struggled the entire time, unable to score any points, score any touchdowns, or make any significant completions. His errors also proved costly. However, he continued to act as though he was in control of the world, even making fun of Shedeur Sanders by referring to him as an entertainer rather than a rival. Dillon Gabriel is aware of Shedeur Sanders' superiority as a player. However, he chose to play it cheaply in his interview rather than acknowledge it. He mentioned that there were rivals and entertainers. It is truly ludicrous to imply that Shedeur is not a rival. With his spectacular NFL throws, this fifth-round choice is immediately drawing attention. This attention creates the impression of a rival. The hatred for Shedeur is genuine. Here's the problem, though. There is just no strong play to support it. Gabriel's on-field performance falls far short of Shedeur's achievements. He's attempting to minimize him, though. The reality is obvious. It's Shedeur, not Gabriel, who is competing at the greatest level. Under the pressure of playing the first-team defense, Dillon Gabriel came into the game cautiously, attempting to play it safe. He ought to have had the opportunity to make some moves because elite players were guarding him. But even with that edge, he was unable to advance very far. His play was too cautious and centered on avoiding errors. However, things changed after the defenders from the first squad exited the field. Gabriel's actual limitations were revealed. He started to disintegrate without that superior protection, mishandling the ball and flipping it over. He was unable to maintain his coolness under additional pressure.
Got it. I believe the Eagles recovered.
Oh my gosh, look who it is.
On the field, things were beginning to appear dismal, and nobody was ignoring it. In the pre-game press conference, even Coach Stefanski had to address the matter. He started off by saying that although the Browns were doing well overall, he couldn't deny the apparent problems. He emphasized that the team was greatly impacted by the two crucial turnovers, both of which were caused by Gabriel's errors. Stefanski made it apparent that those mistakes changed the momentum in ways the Browns couldn't recover from, marking a rare instance of accountability.
Two giveaways really were the difference there in that first half because I thought we were doing some really good things, but then we got that takeaway, had a takeaway negated by an offside, so we're just trying to hammer home.
So, did they manage to pull off a win? Well, the game's turning point didn't come from any of the backup quarterbacks. It was the defense that stepped up.
Did they succeed in winning then? Well, none of the backup quarterbacks was the game-changing factor. The defense took the initiative. KJ Henry had a game-changing play in the third quarter when he returned an interception 45 yards for a touchdown. The Browns defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 22-13 in the preseason on Saturday, thanks in part to their crucial defensive score. It served as a powerful reminder that when the offense is unable to complete a task, the defense must step up and lead the team.
KJ Henry into the end zone for a touchdown.
Andrew Makuba, who seems to be everywhere on the field, was another notable player for the Eagles. Until KJ Henry's incredible play, his steal against Dillon Gabriel's throw was one of the game's highlights. However, despite Henry's outstanding returned interception, the Browns were unable to manage Makuba's constant presence and enthusiasm. He made a lasting impression throughout the game because of his ability to stop plays and interfere with the offense. One thing was made very plain by this game. Dillon Gabriel pales in comparison to Shedeur Sanders. Furthermore, touchdowns and passes. Let's be honest, Dillon had none, but Shedeur had two. Their approaches to handling the offense also differed. It was difficult for the wide receivers to get any real momentum while Gabriel was under center because of his cautious, short inside throws, which made them play tight. Conversely, Shedeur Sanders regularly made deeper, more expansive throws to his wide receivers, such as Floria and Larvon, which extended the field and increased the offensive potential. There is a clear difference in style and execution, demonstrating why Shedeur has the advantage due to his capacity to stretch the opposition. When analyzing Shedeur Sanders' performance, Emmanuel Acho didn't mince words. He examined each play and every decision, highlighting the true danger of this rookie quarterback. Acho claims that Shedeur possesses the uncommon ability to undermine defenses, not just when they provide him space, but also when they seal all openings and exert constant pressure. Most quarterbacks wouldn't even attempt those impossible needle-threading throws. Shedeur makes them appear effortless. Even seemingly hopeless passes are executed with perfect accuracy and total assurance. Acho used the term perfect to sum it all together.
Has eyes on Shedeur and he drops off too quickly. This can be a pick. This can be going the other way. So Shedeur, he gets the ball out of his hands, but the accuracy of this football between not one, but two defenders and a fully outstretched defender, pinpoint.
Shedeur maintained his humility throughout it all. No ostentatious festivities, no displays of pride or ego. His interview after the game was as sincere as his on-field performance. He stressed that leading the squad was the best aspect of being a quarterback when questioned about it. For him, constancy is the most important factor. That's precisely what they showed, remaining composed, persevering in the face of difficulty, and winning after falling behind early. It was more than just a triumph. Under Shedeur's steadfast leadership, it was a declaration of resiliency and cooperation.
I'll say the most important thing of being a quarterback is leading your team. I'll say definitely the scoreboard. I think we did that pretty good. And just, just being consistent, even though if things going our way or not going our way, being able to bounce back and not stay in the hole. Being a quarterback, it's going to be ups, downs, it's going to be pros, cons, everything.
Even General Manager Andrew took a moment to express his pride in Shedeur Sanders. Although the two engaged in some lighthearted conversation, Andrew's appreciation for Shedeur's on-field performance was evident from the twinkle in his eye. It was more than just the victory. It was about Shedeur's skill, poise, and confidence in leading the group. That lighthearted conversation emphasized their relationship. More significantly, though, it demonstrated how much respect Shedeur had merited. It was evident that his capacity to stand up when things got tough had a lasting effect on the people who mattered most.
Really, really good. Proud of you. All right.
Cool.
Really, really nice job.
You're not fully proud, kinda.
I'm
kinda proud.
Look, first side, was a perfect no, but she made plays, she operated, it just stacked.
I love when you tell the facts, do you? No, but it's okay.
Listen, you did a nice job, okay? So just take what you learned from the night.
Dillon Gabriel, meanwhile, attacked Shedeur in an attempt to discredit his opponent rather than focus on his own performance. The two stand in sharp contrast to one another. Shedeur has received training on how to rise to challenges, overcome hardship, and motivate his group. Dillon, meanwhile, seems more intent on making fun of people even when they were on the same squad. It says a lot about their attitude and style of play. One is more concerned with leadership and competition, while the other is more interested in making fun of others rather than establishing himself on the field. To sum up, this game was a stark reminder of Shedeur Sanders' exceptional qualities on and off the field. It was clear right away throughout the game that Shedeur had significantly more leadership and skill than Dillon Gabriel. Gabriel found it difficult to defend the first team, but Shedeur showed composure and accuracy, establishing a connection with his receivers and executing plays that expanded the offensive space and stretched the field. Shedeur is a quarterback whose ability to remain composed under duress, make challenging throws, and lead his side to victory is evident. Someone who rises to the occasion regardless of the task is a true competitor. Conversely, Dillon Gabriel's performance was characterized by expensive giveaways, wasted opportunities, and indecision. When the pressure increased, he faltered, because his cautious style of play was unable to produce any meaningful momentum. This match brought to light the two players' differences in character as well as skill. Shedeur Sanders is a competitor and leader who lets his performance speak for itself. Dillon Gabriel, though, still appears to be discovering the real meaning of competitiveness. Shedeur Sanders has unquestionably demonstrated himself to be the superior player and leader in terms of both on-field technique and off-field conduct. Everyone could clearly perceive the difference thanks to this game. How do you all feel? Did Dillon Gabriel make the right decision by focusing on attacking Shedeur, or ought he to have focused more on honing skills? To what extent does a quarterback's leadership on the field reflect their character off it? Do you think Shedeur's poise and modesty are what really make him unique, or is he a better player because of his skills? Your opinions would be greatly appreciated. Please share your thoughts regarding their leadership style and performances in the comment section below.